Hi, grade 12. Today we are doing the future value annuity formula. So this formula we normally use whenever you make regular payments into a savings account, like a savings account for a holiday trip or for retirement, or saving to replace assets like equipment and vehicles. Whenever we are saving regular amounts on a regular basis, we use the F formula. So before we do examples, let's quickly look at the formula. Do you see this F over here? That F is the final amount that you will have in your savings account after the investment period. The X over here refers to the regular payments that you make. So sometimes you will make monthly payments, quarterly payments, semi-annual payments. But whenever you're making a regular payment, that's the X that's there. And then this I is the interest rate. And the N over here is the number of payments you are making. So our first example over here says, Mokhe Singh wants to save money for an overseas vacation after he graduates from university. So first of all, he wants to save up money, So he opens up a savings account and immediately puts in. So immediately he deposits 500 Rand. After this, he continues to deposit 500 Rand at the end of each month for 4 years. It says here the interest rate remains fixed at 8% per annum, compounded monthly. Okay, so there we have all the information. And let's look at question A. Question A says, how much will he have in his savings account at the end of the 4 years? So they want to know how much money is in the savings account after 4 years. Now, first of all, we have to figure out what formula we're going to use. So in this case, we are definitely using the F formula. Why? Because it's a savings account and he makes regular payments. So it's a savings account and he makes regular payments. So let's write down F. We don't know what F is. The final F is the final amount after the 4 years, and that is the question. X is the monthly payments that he's making. So X is 500 Rand. I is the interest rate. So the interest rate is 8%. So 8% is 8 over 100. And that can be written as 0,08. And it's compounded monthly. So that's my interest. And N is the number of payments. Now, let's see how many payments we are going to do. So how many payments will we have? So let's do this timeline, So T0 is when you open your savings account. T1 is at the end of the first month. T2 is at the end of the second month. And if you are investing for 4 years and you are making monthly payments, there's 12 months in a year, that means you will be paying for 48 months. So this is T48. Okay, now when he opened the savings account, it says he immediately deposits 500 Rand. So when they say immediately, your T0 has an amount. So he opens and puts that money in. And then it says at the end of each month, he continues. So after the first month, he puts in the 500, another one. And then his last payment is here at the end of the investment period. So the number of payments is this 48, because there's 48 months, plus this immediate payment. So the number of payments is 48 plus 1. You will be making 49 payments. Okay, so now we're going to write our formula down. Okay, here's our formula. We don't know what F is. X over here is 500. So I'm going to put the 500 there. Then 1 plus I. I, we said we're going to write like that. So I we write as a decimal over 12. And our N is our number of payments. N is 49 minus 1. Close the bracket. And then everything over I again. I stays the same. And you put all of this in your calculator. And you get your final amount, to be 28,862.79. And that is the final amount that he will have in his account after 4 years. As simple as that. So that's not a difficult question. Let's look at the next question. Our next question says, at the end of the 4 years, so after the 4 years, Moketseng stops making payments. So no more regular payments. He leaves the money in the account for 2 years while he completes a postgraduate degree. How much money is in the account after the end of these 2 years? So let's look at number B. So this is how much money he has in his account after 4 years. Now he's going to take this money and leave it in the bank for another 2 years. But he is not making regular payments. He's leaving the money there. So when you leave money in a bank account, it must grow interest. So when you are not making regular payments, we are using the compound interest formula, where P is the amount that you leave in the bank account to grow for the next 2 years. So A is the final amount after 2 years. We don't know what the final amount is. P is this amount of money that we got in this answer because he's leaving this money in the account to grow. 1 plus I is still the same I. The interest stays the interest. And this N over here, in grade 11 we learned, if this is 2 years and interest is compounded monthly, then we times this by 12. So this over here is actually 24. So you put that all in your calculator. And after 2 years, you will have 33,852.82 in his bank account. So that's how you do a question like this. By A, we use the F formula because he was making regular payments into his savings account. By B, we use the A formula because he's not making regular payments and the money must just grow with interest. And we got a final amount of that after those 2 years. And that's how you do that example, grade 12.